Hello, I am Marley, an angel on earth. Welcome back to my chat. Um, the past month of my life has been the highest, most potent energy I've felt towards myself and my future. Like everything that I've rewritten about myself, everything that I believe to be true about myself, I feel so connected to and I believe it. But just as good as I felt, I have been triggered just as hardcore. I have been tested and pushed into very deep, dark feelings that reside within me. And a part of that is coming home to Louisiana, which I don't have a home in Louisiana. I don't have a dad's house. I don't have a mom's house. I have my aunt and uncle let me stay with them, and that's where I'm at right now. And my grandma lets me stay with her, my friends let me stay with them, whatever, but I don't have a home full of all my stuff, and I've been traveling for the past 2 years. So a part of traveling and pushing my limits has been to teach myself that the lack that I grew up in and the negative emotions that I felt do not exist in my new life. I'm limitless. I can have everything I want, and not having something because of a financial means does not exist in my life. Like my mom not being able to give me a house, but like financially never been available. I've gotten lucky and came up on random things, but that I've always experienced lack within the financial dollar sign. My mom was always fighting for her life in front of our face. We had the house repossessed, we had the cars taken away, we lived with my grandparents. She got married and somehow we got a house and moved and we were good. But as soon as she left, we were back down in the dumps. Anyways, so I have this huge financial lack wound, and being in California, I learned to not feed into it. I let my bank account hit zero a million times, and I'd go walk the Strand and I'd look at the big houses and be like, I can have this. The financial dollar sign in my bank account does not reflect my self-worth and what I deserve. I don't care about how much money's coming in right now. I care about how I physically feel about something that doesn't necessarily exist in my life or does exist in my life. I was feeling so negative and so icky behind something that did not fucking matter, which was the money coming in or the money going out or whatever. And it's just like, I have to let this feeling run out. This scary feeling every time I swipe my card, this scary feeling every time like I'm waiting for the next chapter to come in and my bank account gets low. Like I have to let this feeling run out because this is not coming with me into my future. Like it's not, like I'm not feeling like shit because I have to spend some money. I'm not feeling like shit because I need something. I'm not feeling like shit because I might not have it. Like it's just done. And so I lived in California with my bank account bouncing from zero to as much as I needed, but like $15 in my bank account. And I stopped paying attention to it. And I stopped letting my nervous system getting wrecked because of it. And I stopped feeding into it. The negativity, the deep, dark programs of pain, of lack and fear, and that I was gonna like literally die without it. And like I was always supported. My friends always had, which nobody knew this about me, but my friends always had some type of opportunity where I was fed or some type of opportunity where I was always housed. And I never went without, and I did not work hard. I spent so much time reflecting and looking in and going through that pain and going through those wounds. So I was teaching myself, you are deserving. You deserve to be safe because of resources and money and finances. You deserve to be loved in resources and finances and money. And none of that reflects when you swipe a card, when you look at your bank account. I feel nothing, because like if my highest version of myself that has all that she wants probably doesn't check her bank account, does not care about a swiped card, does not gets what she needs, and like is mindful of the consumerism because like I don't like to consume, but like if I need something I can have it. If I want it because of a luxury I can have it. And it's something that I had to teach myself and I had to feel out. And I fought for my life behind that. And I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm sick of this not having money. Like, I'm going to make some money. So I started working on the boat in the Bahamas. And I started having a cash flow again. But once again, I did not let that cash flow dictate feelings within me. I did what I had to do with the money, and I went where I needed to go with the money. I wasn't thinking twice. I wasn't holding on. I wasn't being anxious. It's just flowing. Through flowing, sometimes you can be too open and you just let it flow right through you, and then you don't have any. Sometimes you can be too closed where the money doesn't come in, or the perfect thing is to like imagine the money coming in, but also compounding around you and going out, but not just free and open. Because like if you're too open, that shit's coming right in and right out. I experienced that when I was healing. But I've learned that like you can hold on to money and you can compound money and you imagine it compounding around you, but there's an equal flow of it in and out, but it's never gone. It's all energy. And so I started having a cash flow again. Whatever, life's fine. Well, my biggest fear is experiencing what I experienced in California, not having the an excess cash flow here in Louisiana, because I could be broke on a boat on the beach, I'm fine. But girl, you're telling me I have to be broke in Louisiana where all this fear started? Absolutely not. I'm terrified. I'm shaking in my boots. So the few things that unfolded from the Bahama boat to now, for some odd reason, I'm in New Orleans, and I know that I feel like I'm ending this very long cycle, like a 10-year cycle of pain and trauma and fear. And I had to come back here, and I had to experience my family and see all the lack within it, all the pain within it. Louisiana is a very dark state. It is very painful. It's very slow. Most of the families here have experienced a lot of lack and a lot of pain and a lot of scarcity. Generations of trauma, I'd say. So I come here and oh my God, I'm triggered left and right. It's like okay, I have nowhere to go here. I have no one home. That's like a stab in the heart. But it's like, okay, it's fine. I'm free. I'm abundant. Everything that I want in my life is to have my own space and my own huge income. And if I'm there, not having a space here doesn't matter. And I'm driving through the same streets, I'm going to the same places, and it's triggering because it's just a reminder of who I was 2 years ago or a year ago. Who I was then was fearful and scared and anxious. So going to these places, being in these environments around my family, I get anxious. And I'm like, if I want to be new, I have to be able to come back here and be who I am in California here. I can't be scared here because I'm scared of being stuck here and I'm scared of being broke here. I have to be the same person I was in California here, and I'd probably break the whole system and beat it and get everything I want. So I'm breathing through all these triggers, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, my grandma bitches at me. Not bitches, but they carry a lot of anger and it got on me, and I was like, okay, breathe through this. Like, I'm healing for her sake, for the people that broke her, and I'm healing so I can bring more family into this world and them not experience that. So I feel like I'm taking on all of my family's fucking so that's one thing. And then they experience a lot of work hard, you have to work hard to make money, work, overall burnt. So she snapped at me, and it's bringing up all these feelings, and I'm like, if everyone was a little bit fucking happier around me and like took a second and breathed and knew themselves and they weren't fighting for their lives, they wouldn't be projecting onto me. And that's the exact opposite of what I want to be. I don't want to be working so hard because I'm in lack and scarcity. I don't want to be so angry because of all the things I experienced in my life and just outbursts. Like, I want to be happy. I want to be free. I want to influence people in a happy way. And like, I'm looking at my family dynamics and everything I've ever known, and I'm just breathing through it and knowing that I'm more than this, and I'm bringing forth new energy, and I'm deserving of having everything that I want, and I deserve to feel peace, and I deserve to feel safe, because I don't think that's an emotion anyone in my family's ever experienced. Is just, they have enough to where they don't have to do shit. They have enough to where they can just chill. I don't think anyone in my family has experienced not being in survival. And I feel like that's what I'm bringing to an end. I'm not fighting for survival. I just exist because I'm supported and God supports me, and I don't have to chase the fucking income. I don't have to chase the opportunity. What I'm supposed to be doing comes to me, and I'll work hard towards the things that I love, but I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting. And everyone around me is fighting, and they're mad at me because I'm not fighting. And it's just like, chill. Being so different spiritually, physically, mentally, I'm in a whole different world than everyone around me. And it feels like a trap here. It's like, oh my God, like, get me back to California where everybody's like alive. Not alive, but they've had a second because they're not in survival. Some of them, but it's another story. The people that I know aren't in survival. They have a second to just be them and feel safe and to be happy. Here, I'm not experiencing that. And so I feel very outcasted and dim because I'm keeping my truth a secret, because my truth is something I don't think they could perceive. So I'm like being small when it's like, you have to let these people know the truth about you. Like, you want to reach your riches, you want to reach the financial abundance, you have to wake up your family. You have to set the standard of not only physically show them, but claim my life to be true, because it is true for me. Just like they claim the hard work and try and project it onto me, it's like, no. You have to fight back with the light. Wake them up. They're not stupid. They'd wake up. Anyways, so it's been trigger after trigger after trigger after trigger, and I've cried. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm trusting in God that He leads me to the right direction, and I'm not fighting. And all I have experienced over the past 2 years is everything that I wanted to. God has given me everything that I've needed, everything that I've wanted. So I'm not going to freak out right now being back in Louisiana. I'm not stuck here. The next opportunity is going to come up and I'm going to go away from here. But for now, I have to close a 10-year cycle of pain, and I have to positively influence my family, and I have to speak my truth online. I have to speak my truth to their face. I have to fully embrace who I am now, which is healed, which is not in lack, which is not in scarcity. I have to take up space as this new being, walk into all these rooms as a new being, walk into all the places that would make me nervous in the past as a new being, and then move on. Because if I came back to these spaces 2-3 years in the future and I had to do that, it would make me happy. I'm glad to do it now. I'm glad to see how what I've become and who I am now, when you bring it back to the place that you ran from, could make you think that you still are this version of yourself because of who you were in that environment. But the truth is, if you've grown and if you've reached new levels of your life, going back in this environment, you just have to express it and come to terms with who you were when you were here and the shit you experienced, and replace it all with the new version of yourself. Because I'm feeling and have kind of felt and thought that I've taken steps back by being here, but the reality is nothing is where you're at. It's all within. Nothing is where you're at. It's all within. So within me, in this environment, I have to replace everything that I replaced in California and bring it here and express. And that is what I've learned. And people have hurt my feelings. They have hurt me and tested me and tried to make me go small, but I'm not going small. I'm not. I'm me. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm abundant. I want more for myself. I want more for the family after me. And that's what I'm doing. And so it is. But the triggers come in right before your gift. It's a test to see if you're going to fall back into your old self and self-doubt and make your self-concept smaller, or if you're going to push forward and hold the image to what you want and what you know you deserve as that version of yourself. And the triggers come up so you can look at those emotions and heal them, feel them, get familiar with them. So if they come up again, you know, oh, this is just a past version of myself still creeping out. I love you, but you're being sent to the past. Feeling it and freaking out and labeling yourself as that, as like, I am this broken person, or I am this lack person or sad person, then you just get sit down. But if you look at it and be like, I was this person, I used to experience these emotions, I want this, I want to experience that, I'm moving through it. Even claiming, sometimes for me, I am healing through this past version of myself. I've healed through it already and I'm new. I'm not claiming healing still because I've done the work. I am new. I am healed. So sometimes if you claim that you're healing through it still, you'll keep experiencing healing and waiting. But if you're new, you'll go and take the actions that that new person would take. You're that person. So just be mindful of when it feels like maybe all the work was for nothing, or all these sugars are coming out and you've worked so hard. Why am I feeling this? Why do people perceive this about me? This isn't who I am. When all this stuff is happening and you want to run and be small and feel like the world's ending, hold the image. Because if you hold the image and you trust, that's when you're rewarded. Hold the image and wake up the next day as that version of yourself and take an action that that version of yourself would do, and then you're that person. It's that simple. We are getting through this. But yeah, thanks so much for listening. That's just one thing that's going on. There's tons of things actually still going on, but that's just one. And I would love to help and guide people through their traumas and triggers while we're all leveling up to our new timelines. It can get scary. It makes us feel like we want to run back to the safe place. But sometimes hearing from someone else that can mirror back to you all that you are is good. So I'm opening up donation-based calls and creating an online community for all of us to connect and have sturdy members of society to keep us aligned with our journey. But also, it's just a space and time for me to be working on the thing that I'm good at, and I'm good at seeing obstacles people are stuck in. I'm good at seeing your highest timeline. I'm good at mirroring back to you all that you are. I am clairvoyant, so a simple conversation of a scenario you're in, I can normally see exactly where you're at and where you need to go and the things that would get you there. I have dealt with a lot of grief, so I do have grief courses that I'm creating that will be linked in my next video. And it's all donation based, so you just donate whatever you can, you get free access to it. Of how to work through grief, how to create a new relationship with yourself and the relationship of the thing you've lost, and how to move forward in a positive light. I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve with this magic stuff, and I just want to start putting it out there in the way that I feel comfortable with. It's just in an online space, donation based, just gifted to everyone. And if you want to call one-on-one, donation based, I'm here for you. Email me, set up a call. Email me if you just need a fucking pen pal. Like, I'm just here to support and guide and hold light for the rest of you people that are healing and moving through to get to the new earth, because it's here and we have to shed all the lack and programming that made us not feel worthy of experiencing a life full of bliss and ease. So through shedding, we need people like me, people that I've worked with in the past, to guide us there, to keep us in line, to hold mirrors, to inform us of more, because I still work with those people. But it is important that we connect and have each other. So, like I said, just opening up an online platform with all this information and all these tools and donation-based calls, donation-based information, to keep us all moving on our highest timeline. Yay. And reaching the potential that we know we can reach. So I hope to see you guys in my emails. Please reach out. And then if not, I'll see you next week with another trigger, trauma, scenario, life shifted, quantum leaped, whatever's going on in my life next week, because you know that shit happens fast. But we will talk soon. Thanks for listening. Love you.